Happy Monday, everyone. So good to be back with you again this week. And today is Codes of Creation number 9, and it's all about your heart. Opening your heart, listening to your heart, feeling your heart, because the heart, from the way that I teach about creation, is very, very important in forming what you want to create, understanding what you want to create, and then powering your creations. Your heart has a lot of power to fuel your creations. But the thing is, before you can start really using your heart in your creations, you have to develop communication with it. You have to know what it wants. You have to get through the wounding and heal all of that so that you're listening to the true voice of your soul and your heart, not the wounded voice of your soul and your heart. So there's kind of many layers. So first, before we talk about creating from your heart, let's talk about accessing your heart. So in the process of accessing your heart, what you'll typically encounter is the wounding around your heart, right? Because we all have, hurts and wounds and whatever it is. And before we can get to the essence and your true, passions and your soul, you have to heal that wounding that's around your heart. You have to get through that outer layer of crust before you find the gold that's within your heart. So that's we could talk about this forever and ever. That can be a process and a journey. That's part of the journey. But for now, just be willing to heal the wounds that are around your heart and just have that greater perspective, that understanding that that's something that needs to happen, so that you can access the true passion and the true gold within your heart. Now, in my understanding, the heart is the gateway to the soul. The heart is the pathway for your soul's desires to come through to your conscious understanding. And so when you're working with your creations and what you want to create, one of the things that you can do is start communicating with your heart, tap into your heart. And so it's pretty simple in theory, right? You get into that still, quiet space and you feel your heart. And sometimes I like to put a hand over my heart. Now you can't see me doing it, but I'm putting a hand over my heart. And just begin asking your heart questions like, what is it that you want to tell me? And then you take a deep breath. What is it that you have to communicate to me? And you take a deep breath. And as you breathe, you quiet your mind and you focus your intention and energy on your heart. What is it that you have to share with me? What messages do you have for me? And you just ask those questions of your heart so that you can bring forth that deeper information. We're not really taught to listen to the still, small voice. We're taught to tune into the media and the drama and the chaos around us. That's our cultural programming. But we're not taught necessarily to go within, to get quiet so that we can hear the voice of the heart. But that's so, so important if you want to be creating from your heart. Now, if you want to create from your ego, that's a totally different process that I'm talking about. But if you want to create from your soul and your heart, then that requires that getting still, that going within to hear the quiet voice of the heart. Because in the beginning of listening to your heart, that voice is quieter. It is small, it is still. Really, it's a huge, magnificent voice, but in the beginning, if you're just learning to connect with that voice, it does tend to be a little quieter, and we don't hear that voice, as quickly as we hear all the other noise around us, right? Okay, so Codes of Creation number 9, creating from your heart, listening to your heart, healing the wounds around your heart, and then getting really still so that you can feel into your heart and asking those questions I gave you before to really start to evoke and elicit the messages that your heart has for you. And again, I use the heart because the heart is one of the gateways and pathways to your soul. It's like a portal to your soul. And so when you want to create from your soul and bring forth your soul desires and the information from your soul, your heart is a place where you can begin to draw forth that information. So your action step for this week is to literally take out your calendar and put in a 15-minute block of time in your calendar where you're going to dedicate yourself to being quiet, to breathing, and to asking questions of your heart like I demonstrated for you a few minutes ago. Okay? I would love, love, love for you guys to do that and report back to me later in the comments what happened when you got quiet to listen to your heart. Can you do that for me? That's your second action step. Report back here when you're done. Okay. As most of you know, these videos are to prepare you for our retreat here in Sedona, November 8th through the 11th. And if you're not planning on attending the retreat, then these videos are to help activate you into creating from your soul, into bringing forth your light creations onto this planet. Because as many of you are well aware, this planet needs our assistance. Well, she's all right. We're the ones that need to assist each other. So the more of us that are creating from our hearts and our souls, the more we can shift the reality on this planet to one of joy, more peace, what I would call heaven on earth. And so I'm asking you to step up and to help me in this creation of heaven on earth, in this restoration of heaven to her original condition, as earth to her original condition as heaven. And the way that you can help me do that is to follow these codes of creation and to follow your own heart, your own soul. And I'm doing my best to give you these tools so that you can tune into your heart and soul and start being powerful creators in your life. So I'm going to keep doing these videos. I have a bunch more codes of creation that I'll be bringing forth to you. So show up either live or the replay. Share these videos so that more people can start engaging with these active creations. And let's change what's happening on this planet. We have the power, you guys. So let's do it. Let's get together and do it. So Codes of Creation number 9 is all about your heart, and I'll be back here next week, same place, same time, with Codes of Creation number 10. It's all about sound. That one's going to be a really cool video. I'm excited about that one. All right, much love, you guys. I'll see you next week. Thanks for showing up today for me and for yourselves. Really, it's not about me. Thank you for showing up for yourselves. All right, much love. Mwah.